Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading for a couple. And I met the Divine Feminine on Facebook. She has given me their zodiac sign. She is a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, the last day of Sagittarius, December 20th. And the masculine is an Aquarius. I'm not surprised because this is one of my Aquarius cards and I landed on this before looking at that. She is also a Libra moon. So we've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Libra for her. And he is a Taurus moon. So not surprisingly, that when I start with the Angel Tarot, I'm going to begin with the Two of Earth. That would represent his Taurus moon and her Capricorn cusp. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to begin with these. Inner child and opening to the universal heart, Jesus Christ, the divine masculine of all time. Inner child and listening. Inner child, divine guidance. So listening to divine guidance. Inner child and abundance, also representing their earth sign, or their earth sign coming through here. The Taurus again, the Capricorn, because this is a very earth card to me. When I pick it up in this deck, sometimes it guides me to feel that one or both in a given union is of the earth element. Again, in this case, they told me 99.9% of the time, I know absolutely nothing about those for whom I'm reading. This time I know their birth dates. That's it though. Inner child, I'm going to cut. So that inner child showing up could be that somebody has healing to do in that area, or listening to their inner child trying to guide them, give them messages, divine guidance. They need to pay closer attention to the voice from within. Both of those could be correct. And where it comes to situations from their past, maybe involving that inner child, take the golden memories with you, the positive experiences, whatever you learned, even if it was from trauma, like the lessons learned, take all that stuff with you, but leave the baggage, leave the resentment, leave the hurt, leave the fear, leave the regret. So this card is about moving forward and taking all the positive on your journey with you. The overall energy here is expectancy, and this card is about limiting the universe by our expectations, essentially like imposing our will on the universe. We're not only expected, but encouraged and guided to share with the universe what it is we want, what our dreams are, what our goals are, but not to box the universe in as if we get to decide how and when and why it does anything, or whether even it does anything in our regard. Like, we're just supposed to put the wishes, the goals, the hopes, the dreams, the questions, we're supposed to put that into the universe and then have faith, that they'll come to pass, or they'll receive answers and all those kind of things, but not to box the universe in. This is a card about boxing the universe in. And when we do that, we block our blessings, basically, or limit them. This is my cross spread. I'm going to see maybe what is happening in the mind of the masculine right now with regard to the union. Get my jewelry out of the way. Okay, this would be the feminine as it relates to herself with regard to the union. Retreat. So time for you to spend some time in nature, in that earth element of yours, or of your of the masculine. Well, yeah, of yours, that Capricorn. spending some time out in there and doing some meditation, basically connecting with the earth, getting grounded. Perhaps you're a little bit flighty and you need to like come back down to earth. We all do. The best of us do every now and then. Think you need to do some right now. The masculine, with regard to you. Boom! Sacred union. That's beautiful. I love when I like come right out of the gate with these things, because it's kind of like, all right, reading over, like we don't have to go any further, but you know, how awesome is it that we can? Because I mean, it can only get, you know, continue to be good. Yeah, he sees you as his wife. Sacred union. If he in the 3D is not aware, his higher self is definitely aware and sending him the messages as it relates to the connection between the two of you. With regard to himself, the mystic, here's his Aquarius. These star cards, when I pick them up, they always jump right out at me and say Aquarius. Also because this card has to do with paying attention to one's intuition. And, you know, Aquarians, they are air signs. I'm actually an Aquarius myself. Well, not my sun, but my moon. They're air signs, but they're in a part of the sky that is referred to as the sea. And they're sort of watery, and then they're known as the water bearer. So they have this intuition thing too, pretty heavily. So when I see this card and then the star over her third eye, or where her third eye would be, it definitely says Aquarius to me. But this means that right now he is in a place where that third eye is opening and he's paying close attention to that intuition. And maybe that's how he became aware of this, and how he's continuing to, you know, become aware of this and familiar with his role as it relates to you, and your role as it relates to him. And maybe even some about what that means on a larger scale, because Aquarians are like the humanitarians of the zodiac, you know, so they automatically think about other people too, or like the bigger picture. The masculine with regard to the union as a whole right now. Eternal flame. How beautiful is this? So this will never burn out. You know, that love will exist forever and never and ever, all eternity. Overall, what's going on right now? Answered prayer. So wishes granted, you know, dreams coming true, prayers answered. And the outcome. Boom. Soulmate. Crossing the sacred union, crossing sort of the eternal flame. Basically, the outcome is that you guys will come together. You will work this out. The universe will work it out for you. You will work it out together. You will co-create, the two of you together with the universe as a trinity or trilogy of light, as they call it in this deck. What would the masculine have you do or surrender toward helping this to all come together? Relationship. So you just have to, you know what, you might be, what I'm feeling like, as much as you want the relationship, because maybe of your expectations of how it's supposed to go, and I got to tell you what was underneath this when I pick it up, pulling away from it because it's not how you would have done it, and things are not going necessarily as you would have them go, you know, in all cases. So you're not in full surrender to the relationship. The masculine asks that you do that, and I would think that that's appropriate with what we have going on here. Trust in the universe that everything is going to be fine, that this is your outcome. And when I pick this up, here's another card of sacred marriage, the moon tree. This card is about the marriage between heaven and earth, which is, you know, it governs everything else around us, and it's sort of like why we even exist, and why even anything is even going on right now. And then it's also about the marriage between two sacred beings. And I think that would include you guys. But when I pick this one up, what's under it is that fear I was talking about. So this is of what you need to let go, along with your expectations. They're sort of hand in hand. And that's going to allow you to move forward and to allow you to just, be in the moment, in the relationship. And then the next card, I won't continue with this, but the next card indicates some sort of like the one with which I started, the golden memories. This one is about the need to let stuff go and leave something in the past so that you can make room for something new. Like let go of something old to make room for something new. So that could even be your expectations. Let go of them to make room for, the blessings that are coming your way. And actually, as I glance over, what's under this is blessings. So yeah. What's the masculine willing to do or surrender toward moving this along? Tantric union. Communication in 5D when he can't be physically present. You can't ask for much more. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spread. What would the universe have the two of you to do or surrender? Let go of the pain, the resentment. So again, just like the first card, that golden memories card would say, yeah, take all the happy times, take all the good times. Let go of you hurt me, I hurt you, therefore, I'm afraid. Let go of the fear. Let go of all of any negative emotion and or attachment, karmic ties. Just release it all, and that will allow you guys to see what you actually have, and to manifest it into your present reality. How gorgeous is that? And you got all these same colors here. The bright yellows, oranges, blues. Same colors here too, these blues. Same theme here. Heart-shaped angel wings. Love. This is the only one seeing Mother Mary here sad. Because you guys got all this going on, but you're carrying baggage and, bags and bags of fear and resentment. So that's what we're going to let go of. Okay, I'm going to go on to your next spread. Beginning with the Two of Earth, which can mean a few things. Juggling, because you got a bunch of things going on, and this can be attributed to you or the masculine or both of you. It can also be a need to find a balance between like social life and work, like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, a Jill a dull girl. It can have to do with juggling more than one relationship sometimes. And what the card says itself, too much going on at once. So one way or another, that's what's happening. There's a need to make a decision, and it helps if you consider a more playful approach. Opening to the Seven of Earth. Seeds well planted. A temporary pause in action and unnecessary worry. This requires patience without panic. This card. It's like you will reap what you've sown. You just gotta wait for that divine time again. And the Page of Earth, who is scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging and maybe a new area of study. The Page of Earth, pages always bring news, all pages. This one brings, again, news, good news about finances and material. And it also, as a court card, represents actual people. So I would say this is your energy as a cusp Capricorn, and this is the masculine's energy as a Taurus moon. Page of Earth, one more. King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. So this would be your energy as a Sagittarius. It can also be representing the divine masculine, because the King of Fire in general, King of Wands in the tarot, is representative of the divine masculine in the tarot. It can also be applied to either one of you. I mean, it's a court card, so it's a person. But anybody can be taking on the energy. However, we do have a fire sign among us. That will be you. That page of earth back. I'll go one more, and it's the Knight of Fire. Passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless is the Knight of Fire. Also, like you, a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone taking on those traits or attributes. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Oop. Let's try that again. Oh boy. Okay. Page of Earth. And being shown the Six of Air. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip. And speaking of Capricorn, it's ego or the devil. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, and negative or fear-based thoughts. I've already spoken to you about fear-based thoughts. This card again represents the sign of Capricorn or other earth element, Taurus, Virgo. And can be about feeling stuck, feeling bound, feeling like married to someone, something, like in a negative way, married to your work. You know, you're bound in somehow, or you feel like you can't get away, you can't move forward, your energy is just stuck. And a lot of times that can just be because of your fear. So you lack the confidence to move forward. Aw, but this, I told you it was going to keep getting better. The overall energy, however, is the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, and the positive resolution of a conflict. So we have seen like every, romantic and confirming kind of card of a union. I believe that we have in these decks the Two of Water, soulmate, sacred union, moon tree. Yeah, I mean, but that's enough. Oh, eternal flame. So, there's all that. Oh, relationship. That was another one. The masculine here is the Queen of Water. Tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving is the Queen of Water. She's also a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. I don't know. Maybe there's some water in your rising signs. Or I suppose, the masculine, he's not really a cusp of Pisces, but he's not that far off from it either. Well, and in any case, he could be taking on these attributes, whether or not he's, one of these, he's of the water element. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. So we saw that he was doing that in the first spread when he came through with that card with the star on over the third eye. Care for yourself and others. Surrounded by the dreamer with Archangel Metatron. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. The dreamer is the fool in the traditional tarot. And in this particular deck, for me, Archangel Metatron here and the dreamer represents the planet Mercury, which rules the signs of Virgo and Gemini. So there's your earth and air showing up yet again. And here you are, again, in the masculine subconscious. It's the Queen of Fire. Confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. The Queen of Fire, again, is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Someone taking on those attributes. Also, the quintessential divine feminine of the tarot. You, here. The Eight of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, maybe even going back to school. This is like after you've put the effort in. We saw that 7 of earth before that was planting the seed so that we could reap what we've, and this is when we're actually reaping what we've sown. This is when we're about, the big payback, as they say, or as James Brown at least said, is coming to you. Feminine surrounded by the 2 of fire. I think that's my last, romance card. And actually the 2 of fire or 2 of wands is the divine union card of the tarot. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. It can also be representative of, in a general sense, of other partnerships into which you're entering, maybe having something to do with work or studies. And in your subconscious, the Magician with Archangel Raziel. You're ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. This means you can basically make your dreams come true. You have what it takes to reach your goals. Crowning, the 3 of water, a celebration, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. The need to have more fun. The 3 of water, can be a card of celebration. For me, it's often a card of hanging out with girlfriends. But as a 3, it can be also what I call a party of 3, representative of a third energy somehow involved, with the union and potentially a block. At the root, the King of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. This can be your Libra, Gemini, especially since it's crossing the dreamer. And again, the dreamer for me, planet Mercury, Gemini. Also, the Magician is a Gemini to me because the Magician has every single thing he needs. Everything, his toolbox is full. And he has access to all the elements. Well, so do Geminis, right? Geminis, like Sagittarians, are a mutable sign. What separates us is the duality that Geminis also have, in addition to that mutable, which is awesome. We can take on the traits of any of the other zodiacs. So you guys have it. Sagittarius has it. Virgos have it. And Pisceans have it. But Geminis have that extra sort of ingredient with we're 2 beings sort of in one. So this card for me represents the sign of Gemini as well. So we have it crossing here. This third energy, potentially a third person, might be an air sign as well, and perhaps specifically a Gemini that is somehow in between the 2 of you, maybe a block. At the heart of the matter, the 8 of air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, being afraid to take action. So somebody's afraid to pull away, I think, from this third energy. And it may be specifically the masculine, although with the Fool here, it indicates that he does want to take a brand new path, start out fresh. He's never walked this path before, and he's looking forward to it. Feeling stuck, however. And since it's at the heart of the matter, it's something that affects you. You could have your own, as a matter of fact, I spoke of your own fears in the beginning, to which you're kind of married. The masculine himself, even asking with his higher self, coming through that first spread, for you to let go of that and instead be more present in the relationship. So we both got to let go of the lack of confidence and fear here that is keeping us from this, basically keeping us from this. Going on to the romance cards, I'm beginning with healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not only your parents, it's anybody who has been or is so impactful upon you that they affect whether you're able to move on with your life or with your love or with your love life. They're in the way. Right? There's some sort of karmic tie or maybe negative attachment that has you bound or feeling bound. This is an air card. So air is, a lot of it is about, it's mental. It's in our mind. We think we're bound. We're not seeing we're not seeing like the way out. And sometimes it's because we're being like overly logical, right? A Gemini, an Aquarius as well, can be like, this is the way things are supposed to work. This is the way things go. And we're being overly logical and not being emotional enough and getting in touch with our heart and you know, what we want to do, our desires enough. And that's what makes us feel stuck. So getting back to this, it can be somebody that's a family member in some way, including exes, your ex, his ex, that to which we're feeling bound. However, at the same time, we continue to call on our soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Healing family issues and romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. The dreamer, the fool, wanting to go down that path. Healing family issues and attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So we were talking before about getting into the moment, letting go of the fear, being present. You do that, you just keep bringing more love in. I'm going to cut. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So I think this is attached again to an ex, or two, or whatever. Like it could be on your side and his side, or his side. It can be, you know, both. It could be and, it could be or. In either case, it affects both of you. And I think again, it's this sort of row here in the middle. That's an unrequited love. Overall energy is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Here atop, the Queen of Water. So the person may be a water sign too. Maybe that's why the water came through. And the King could be here, or the Fool, again, the Gemini could be here to say, yes, start a new path. And the King could be here because of the Libra, and also, you know, because we are the Aquarius as well. And we cut things off. King of Water, Queen of Water, not water, rather, air. We take those swords and we cut away what doesn't serve us, especially the Queen, but it could be either one. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And I think this is a codependent relationship connection to, again, an ex here. Surrounded atop this Fool or the Dreamer. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world so you can figure out how to go ahead and embark upon this new path. And here atop, the Queen of Fire, right? We want to be able to get to the Queen of Fire, the Divine Feminine. First, we got to release our ex. So at the crowning is the codependent relationship. The root of that is the ex, as I suspected before we made it down here. The time has come to clear your energy. The masculine has karmic ties, cords of negative emotion and or attachment to this ex. And that's what has to be cleansed, released, let go of in order to move forward. Here on your side, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, as I was just saying he needs to do, and it sounds like you need to do it as well. As you do that, you experience more love in your present moments. Getting back to that, and then your need to be present. Top, the Two of Fire, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this will continue. You will continue to come closer and closer in your partnership is what that means. Here atop, the Magician. You can make your financial and material dreams come true if you've been worried about that. Again, the Eight of Earth shows that your hard work is about to pay off. Atop, the Three of Water. There can indeed be a celebration between the two of you after we heal some other stuff. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So that's cause for celebration already. Here atop the Knight of Air, separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and it sits here next to release your ex. So I think it can be actual separation between the two of you. I actually felt that as I was shuffling the cards, although I didn't see this card then. So that he can work on this. So if he pulls one of those disappearing acts that the runner twin, as they say, the divine masculine tends to do, you will know why. Here at the heart of the matter, atop that 8, because you see the separation, it's sitting here underneath this 8 of air, right, to what we feel bound, and then crossing the release your ex. Atop that 8 of air is pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Well, the red flag that it's crossing is this Queen of Fire. Maybe this other person is a fire sign. So I'm going to say she's fire or water. The child, maybe a child involved. They may be water, fire, water, or air. Although, again, it does not matter, but I'm going to say that anyway. Let's get you some further advice. Here from the Tony Carmine Universal Love Oracle, embrace to the masculine. Now this card looks like a couple in a very beautiful, like tight hug. It is not. It is one person embracing their inner masculine and feminine. So maybe that inner child sort of all grown up, inner masculine and feminine coming together. And this is balance. And this is liking oneself. This is loving oneself, putting oneself first through self-love. That type of thing allows us to release that upon which we are codependent. Once we are self-sufficient through self-love. So the masculine is guided to work on that. Again, that may be cause or reason for separation so that he can do that. He can retreat and, as this overall energy suggests, and work on that. Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle to you, the gateway. This is what it looks like, basically. It's, you know, are you in or you're out? You want to walk through the portal? You want to embark upon the brand new path like the Fool? You ready to go through? Let's do it. From the angels to the masculine, the sun, representing the sign of Sagittarius. Can also be Leo and Aries, but of course, again, that does not matter. What is most important about this card is that it's all about a happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success if you have confidence in yourself. So we're going to let go of the lack of confidence underneath this. Pay attention to the red flags that the 8 of air represents, and that will allow us to move forward. Here for you, 7 of fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. So don't let anybody talk you out of, what you've decided is right for you. That doesn't mean you have to beat everyone up. The challenge is it. You can if you want. The choice is yours, basically, is what this card means. You will decide, what battles you want to take on and from which you want to walk away. And from the romance angels to the masculine, wedding. This situation involves marriage. And I definitely feel that this is, it can have dual meaning like so many other cards. This can be marriage here from whom he needs to, or from which he needs to cut ties. But my first feeling was definitely that this is attached to the sacred marriage that exists between the two of you, and maybe even a future 3D, marriage, earthly marriage between the two of you as well, as part of your happy outcome. And to you from the romance angels, children. Your love life is being affected by children, which as I also just pointed out sort of randomly I've said that this could be representing the children. That may also be something that is at the root or at the heart of this situation. His child with the ex. And so that's impactful upon his decisions and his actions. And so he's been a little stuck, not knowing exactly how to move forward and how to navigate it. But he will figure that out. And this will work out. Your outcome will be the two of you coming together in a really, really beautiful way. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and you found it helpful. Namaste, Angel.